Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled, Man Kicked Out His Wife After DNA Test Proves He's Not the Father of Their Child. Let's get right into it.
You, Mr. Knighton, are not the father.
That's a lie.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Shaq Reacts here once again, and today's some crazy clips of the worst single mothers I can find. This man just found out that he's not the father.
Is the father 72 hours? He has a tattoo on his private parts. He is not the father. He is not the father. How many times do I have to say that? No, I don't want to see a tattoo. All I want to see was these numbers to see what the probability was going to look like of him being the father. He is not the father. Now,
that was way too much, by the way.
You have a tattoo. Excuse me. You know what? I don't even see why you all need to be having a conversation right now.
I agree.
You are not the father, which means that you will not be placed on any type of child support or anything today. Now, you, Miss McKinney, you do have the right to petition someone else who you may think is the father.
There is no one else, Your Honor. It was him. He has a tattoo on his private part. I was with him and the tattoo for 72 hours. I know what I felt. I know what I saw. Okay, it was him.
Well, there is a probability of something else, though.
Okay.
You were probably with somebody else, too, within that previous 72 hours.
Oh, Your Honor, you tried it.
There's no shade. Just facts.
So wait a minute, how is this woman getting offended from straight facts? Regardless on who this woman also hooked up with in those 72 hours, this guy is free to go and he definitely doesn't have to deal with her anymore.
My ex-boyfriend told me that, married or not, if I ever had his baby, that he would want a DNA test before he would accept that child as his own. When he told me that, I was like, what? It honestly pissed me off. We got into it. I was telling him how he made it seem like he didn't trust me and all these different things. And he was saying, no, that's not it. You don't understand because you're a woman and you would never have to question if that child is yours or not once you have it. Even if you trust someone, you could still have that small percentage of a chance that that child is truly not yours. And then he was saying how if it truly is my child, then what is the issue?
Honestly, I really appreciate how she changed her mind later on. Sometimes that's all it needs. It's just a simple conversation to explain your perspective. And the reality is, from a man's perspective, we have absolutely everything to lose, while the woman can pretty much just be stress-free.
I ain't no real. I'm a father who's never been to jail on his kids.
You snitching on your own kids.
I'm not. I will. You goddamn right. I will.
Exactly.
You goddamn right. I snitch on my own son, but I ain't gonna show my hole in my ass my to get no money. And I hope my daughter don't either, because she graduated this year at 15 and her daddy bought her a car. She ain't got to go finesse no man for it. Daddy been here since day one.
So she's calling this man not a real man, all because what? He doesn't want to raise bad kids? You're the one that does OnlyFans. She really has no right to talk because you're not a real lady either. You literally belong in the street.
You a poppin'.
Don't touch my face.
Oh, I'm sorry. You a good girl.
Stop ripping on me. Thank you.
She need to what?
Just need to pull that up.
What you pointing to? Why you say she need to pull that up?
She already got a boyfriend, but no more men need to see that.
Now this pretty much just proves that honestly, being modest is something that even kids understand. Do you guys think that this little girl is now very insecure for telling this other woman to lift her shirt up and not show herself to other men? Because I highly doubt that.
Marry a girl with a BBL. No? Why?
You gotta get a big ass. You probably have some type of insecurity within yourself that probably leak into other areas of your life, and it'll probably make our relationship very difficult. So
Would you rather date a fitness girl then?
I like fit girls.
Honestly, I agree with this. If you really think you have to buy your way into beauty and other people's approval, you're definitely insecure and no amount of money is gonna fix that.
You already know.
Brian. I wish most girls understood that we like fitness girls. We prefer them. The fitness booty has a better feel to it. Okay, when you get like a BBL, it's just like hard. The fitness booty is like firm, but you know, you could still put some fingers in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could dent it, you know what I'm saying, with your grip. You feel me? So I don't know. I just think girls with gym butts way better. It's healthier. They earned it, you know, and match their legs. If you get a BBL, you got to make sure to match the legs. And then when they stuff it in your legs too, you look all wobbly and you waddle around. I don't know. I mean, shout out to girls that got BBLs. Hey, more power to you. But if you want to ask my personal opinion, come to the gym with me. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you these lunges, these squats. You feel me? These hip thrusts. We can get you right. And honestly, it'd be even better because now since you moving and grinding, you feel me? You have a little better thrust on you too, girl. You feel me? You gonna be prepared for the indoor Olympics.
About you.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a look at your journey on Pop the Balloon.
How many kids you got?
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep.
How many baby daddies?
I have 3.
You got 3 baby daddies.
Yes.
Okay, how many kids you have?
I have 2.
How many baby daddies?
2.
2? Okay. So you didn't think after the first one that you wanted to marry the next one?
No.
No? How many kids you have?
Preference. I have 3.
You have
25,
3?
18, and 12.
Okay, how many baby daddies?
2.
2. Okay. But I just want you to understand, when it comes to a man of top tier, we give you a few from one man. If you have multiple from a different man, that disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier.
He said nothing wrong. It's like, damn, your decision-making skills are horrible.
Now, I absolutely love how he started talking to each woman by asking them the question, how many kids do they have and how many baby daddies? Because the answer to those questions is pretty much everything you need to know about that woman. If she has more than one baby daddy, you already understand that no matter what you do for this woman, she's not going to act right. She had too many failed chances in the past, and the chances of you fixing it are very slim.
30%. That's 30% of all men who go to actually get paternity tested turn out to not be the father. So out of every 100, 30 of those will not be the dad.
And this is exactly why we should make it illegal for a woman to lie about who the kid belongs to. Because if the man ends up raising a kid his entire life that's not even his, that woman should go to prison for the exact same amount of time.
I had no idea there was such a disdain for single moms up until this post. And I'm really perplexed by this because single moms are where it's at. We have unlimited supply of snacks, juice boxes, water bottles, baby wipes, because you never know when you're going to spill. I can whip up the most elaborate meal on the planet with the most random ass that I've got in the pantry just to fill your belly. You're fucking missing out, bro.
This woman's really trying to sell herself in this kind of way, but the reality is, you can keep this. This just really shows how hard single mothers have it when it comes to finding a new spouse.
All right, the doctor walks in and tells me I'm in good health, but I'm sterile. I'm like, what are you talking about I'm sterile? I got 3 kids. I don't make no damn sense to me. I don't understand I'm sterile. I don't know. It blows my mind. You know, I got 3 kids. One's 15, one's 12, one's 7. So I'm like, I don't understand that. So anyway, I go home and I just start thinking, it's gotta be my kids. But I started thinking about the fact that every time we watch like those Ancestry.com commercials, they come on and my wife kind of always turns the channel. I'm like, why you always turn it? I notice you always turn the channel. She's like, those are stupid. They don't even work. And I'm like, anyway, I started really thinking, I'm like, if I'm sterile, and the doctor said I've always been sterile. It's not like something that, you know, it's always been genetically since I was born. I started thinking, I'm like, man, I'm going to have to go ahead and get these kids tested. You know, I really didn't want to. I wanted to believe that my wife wouldn't do this to me, but I have to get my kids tested.
So the video is pretty long, but basically, after he found out the kids weren't his, he decides to come up with a plan as revenge. And I guess he ends up going super wild on his wife's birthdays and invites all of her friends. Now, let me just say, I guess he also finds out who the fathers are and invites them as well. Keep listening, it does get more intense.
So I secretly get a little sample of all of them. I go to the damn, what is it, the Ancestry.com place or whatever. And anyway, get them tested. Then I think about this. My wife got a birthday coming up. We're going to throw this big birthday bash. We already been planned on it. So, you know, basically I got the whole birthday bash planned. And then basically what happens is I get all of our families there. Birthday bash. I get the popular mixologist in town. Chief of police comes because he works with my wife sometimes at our company. So chief of police, this whole big thing, you know, because I want to make a big splash. It's her birthday, you see. So what ends up happening at a certain point, we bring the big birthday cake out. You know those big birthday cakes you see on the movies? Got one of those big ones. And then I had a woman come out and she held up the sign that said, "You lying bee." And it blew everyone's mind. It blew her mind. What is this about? What is this about? And I was like, you know what? No, what this is about? It's about the fact that this mixologist is his son. Hey, look, meet your daddy right here. I straight up had to tell him, this is your dad. The chief of police, hey, this is your, so 15-year-old mixologist, that's his daddy. Chief of police, 12-year-old, that's his daddy. And I mean, I was hurt.
So this revenge tactic was definitely...
That's wild. That's wild. And she's been putting it off like it's his kids the entire time. I want it. 30% is a high number. 30% of men who get their kids tested come out. It's not theirs. Yeah. You know, it's sad because I don't know. Part of me feels like as men we could never do this, right? We can never do such a thing. Try to put off your kid as it's someone else's. Right? Or try to convince a kid that their mom's different. Or just something, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it just seems so malicious to try to pin someone else's kid on another person, you know what I'm saying? And not just for the man that you're doing it to, but for the child. The child's innocent. You know what I'm saying? The child deserves to be in this chaos where they're worshiping and getting close to a man that's not their father. Meanwhile, their father is down the street, around the corner, maybe someone they knew, but thought it was just a family friend. Turns out that's their pappy. You know, it's just damaging. You know, like I said in a prior video, one of my family members is going through the exact same thing right now. You know, and I feel for him because, you know, it was a complete surprise for him. But when he got a test done, because when he came to his when that idea gets in your mind as a man that your kids might not be yours and you've never tested them before, a lot of men go on rampage to figure that out, and he did, and he wasn't happy with the results. He was at 30%.
A1, he decided to expose this woman in front of everyone at the party. Not only that, bring the real fathers along. But one thing is pretty insane, and that is, she ended up cheating on him not with one man, but multiple. And really wanted this man to believe his entire life that those kids were his and she wouldn't have never told him. These women need to be held accountable because even though this was a good revenge tactic, it's still not enough. It's not gonna save up the years this man wasted in his life, the amount of money he wasted, and especially the emotional impact it had on him. Send this woman to prison, please.
I absolutely went into marriage knowing I was going to become a divorcee. There was no question in my mind. I knew at some point we would get divorced. The only question mark was when.
So then why did you get married?
And obviously I don't want to get married ever again. However, double divorcee is a term that I'm living for.
This genuinely breaks my heart, man. You know, knowing that there was some dude out here that thought this woman was gonna be with him for the rest of his life. You know, like, and this is the whole problem is that once you take those vows, you're supposed to be with that person forever. You know what I'm saying? It breaks my heart.
At this point, I don't understand why women like this want to get married. It's like they have a little checklist in their head and they need to get as much things crossed off as possible. That includes getting married and I guess also getting divorced.
It's 99.9% not compatible. So you got pregnant around the time you were with me.
Are you crazy?
No, it's nothing to go back about. Who was you f***ing?
Currently, right now, there's a huge debate on whether or not paternity tests should be mandatory. A lot of women are against it, to no surprise whatsoever. A lot of them are saying that they would divorce their husband immediately if he asked them for a paternity test.
This is the craziest gaslighting tactic ever. Imagine a man simply saying, hey, I'm worried these kids are not mine. He's having the courage to have a serious conversation with you about it, and you decide to immediately shut it down by saying, you know what, instead of actually doing that, we're just gonna get a divorce. I mean, at that point, just tell me you're guilty without telling me you're guilty. No woman should ever act like that, ever.
Don't have friends. And society starts to make a lot more sense when you realize that men don't have friends. And I know you're probably on the other side of the screen right now thinking, yeah, no, that's impossible. My man hangs out with his homeboys literally all the time, so like clearly he has friends. And to that I raise the question,
man, shut the fuck up. God damn, bro. Shut the fuck up. I done seen like 4-5 dumbass bitches say some dumbass shit like this. Damn, bro. Like, but y'all But y'all go on motherfucking trips to Miami and fall out in 6 hours. And y'all start y'all fall out in 6 hours and goddamn get to telling who panties dirty. But we not friends. Fuck up, man. That shit. Them motherfuckers just be talking.
For real? Or do they just share a common interest? Because if you observe male friendships, you'll quickly realize that the way that they act towards each other is entirely opposite to the way that women interact with each other. Like, if you really listen to a man talk about his homeboys for real, it's not giving friend. It's
Hey.
Yeah, I really have no idea what this woman is on. In my opinion, male friendships are definitely the best kind of friendships you can have. We can get into arguments, immediately get over it within a couple minutes. We don't hold grudges. We don't gossip as much. And that's exactly why a lot of women say they would rather have male friends than girlfriends.
As they were bringing in the wedding cake, they accidentally dropped it. And the bride was standing there watching, just stunned. But her husband's reaction showed that she married a good one. Going over there and eating it off the ground, waving her over.
Now, if you guys are very curious on what kind of man every single woman should choose, it should be a man like this. A guy who still tries his best to make his woman happy, instead of the ones who are usually selling drugs in the street or in prison.
Having a really hard day and I try to get ready. That women tend to be happier when they are single.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Okay, I turned 40 this year and I've never been in love. I've never been in a relationship.
You hear something or an update about your ex and it just kills you. Women tend to be happier when they are single.
Struggling financially, being alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, you know, no kids.
And I always thought I would have kids. I thought I would be married by now. And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
I know none of y'all feel bad for these women, and rightfully so. A lot of you guys are probably thinking they get what they deserve. But I think they do deserve a little bit of empathy in the fact that they've been lied to. They've been lied to by society, by their parents, by school, by culture, by movies, etc. To believe that being a boss babe and being strong and independent, getting that degree and entering the corporate life, all of that stuff was the most important thing you can do. Those are the things that will bring you fulfillment in life. And all of these studies are showing that older women who are single are much happier. Do a quick search, you'll find dozens of them. When you find unbiased studies that are just researching the population as a whole, they say quite the opposite. And it's just hard to decipher the truth anymore. And as men, we need to stop teaching our daughters these false beliefs.
Yeah, guys, you guys can believe in depression or not, but in my opinion, if depression really does exist and it's a real thing...
No, I've seen it. I know some of the most beautiful women I've went to school with, I've worked with, they're on depression meds. You know, and we're talking about like baddies, girls that were like 8, 9s, and 10s when I was growing up. But they went down that route, the feminism route, right? Get a degree, get a job, get an office, you know, be top notch, buy a house for yourself because you don't need a man. You know, that doesn't lead to women being happier. But for some reason, we're still getting information that comes out that says women are happier single. Because they know that women want to pursue something that'll make them happy. So if they're convinced that being single is going to make them happy, they're going to pursue that. But in long term, as you see, you have no kids, you got no family, holidays are empty and boring and quiet, no one's there. You don't have all these things to celebrate. And the way I look at it like this. Men, we could be happy without a family. We could be happy in our man cave alone, you know what I'm saying? Doing what we gotta do in our foxhole, you know, but a lot of women can't live like that. Like, it's a lonely life being a man, especially a man that's trying to be successful, right? So what women are going through, and they're happy, well, they're saying they're happy and they're independent and they're, you know, boss babes or whatever. That's actually the path that most men gotta go through to be successful, where you're just on a thin and narrow, right? Like, you literally got blinders on. You can't see left, you can't see right. You're just going straight. You feel me? And shit, I feel it now. I feel it now. And it's funny because as a man, you succeed more when you are, you know, isolated from the group. When you don't go to the parties and you're not at the clubs and you're not chasing women. When you actually allow yourself to be okay that you're alone, right? And what I mean by okay with it is, it's like you just accept it, right? Radical acceptance. I'm not saying I prefer to be alone and not have a woman, but I won't lie, and sometimes I do because I get so much more done. When I have a woman, even if I have a girl, right? Let's say I have a girl, she came over. I know I'm going to have to entertain her. She's going to want to eat. She's going to want to put something on. You know what I'm saying? She's going to want to hang out. She's not going to let me do my work. And that's cool, you know, but honestly, I need to get to the chicken. You know what I'm saying? The vegan chicken. You feel me? I need to get to that bacon, that vegan bacon. You feel me? I need to get to it. You know, and what did Kanye say? You know, sometimes I'm getting paid, sometimes I'm getting laid. So, you know, while I'm getting other ones getting away. You feel me? Like, that's exactly what it is. Like, you know, when I'm getting that bread, when I'm getting that paper, like, it'd be like quiet like this, just like this, quiet, nothing, empty room. You feel me? And then when I'm actually, you know, getting laid, it's just a lot going on, man, a lot, you know. And listen, I just think the price of casual relationships, even regular like monogamous relationships, are so high. You know, you actually save some money being alone. You feel me? You actually get more of your life to yourself. You know, you don't have to share it. You only got that 20. You only got one 24-hour every day. You feel me? You only get one of them, and so you gotta use it wisely. You know, and if you look at it like a lot of girls you could entertain now might not even be here 5-6 months from now, you might think to yourself, it's not even worth getting involved in it now because it's just too much effort for no return. A lot of girls, it's not worth taking them on 3, 4, 5 dates to try to get laid. You know what I'm saying? And not be able to sustain something with her for more than 2-3 months. If it's just like a month, it turns into an expensive ordeal. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes, if you're not getting girls right now, don't even feel bad for yourself, bro. You saving money. You feel me? You're economical right now, bro. You're being mad frugal. You know what I'm saying? Not to be single is to be frugal. You know, and I think a lot of people need to get their bread up. You know, get your life together. Get that savings up. Anyway, you know, last thoughts on DNA tests. I think people should get them. You know, it's obvious now that you're taking a huge risk if you don't get tested. You know, and I would hate to be someone in my 70s and my 40s, whatever age I am, and finding out late that those kids ain't mine. You feel me? I done wasted a lot of time, a lot of money that I can't get back. You know, and I'm attached to another man's kids. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.